everybody. Good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Good morning, kitty cat. Make yourself. Thank you for the 26-month resub. May not have delicious veggies, olive oil, and grilled chicken, but here's my sub anyway. I read your message and then I thought about it for like 45 seconds and I thought that you had ordered the wrong sandwich. And then it finally one sec. Coffee delivery. Good day, happy Sunday. Good time zone to you guys. Are we gonna lose the earbud? Maybe. There we go. Welcome to day 12. Oh my goodness, day 12 is something, I'm sure. Not December, we're only day 10 in December. I managed to wrap a few of my gifts, which was a good thing. That's like a productive thing I did, but I also did it while baking and getting ready for keys. I'll do nothing for a while, a long while, and then all of a sudden it's you know what I should do? It's everything simultaneously without boundaries. I wanted to look and see if I was missing if I had any male gear. I wanted to see if I had any specifically chest, legs, and then there might be one more piece that my hunter needs. I never did check my bank alt. So, and Primalist gear notwithstanding, which I'm sure it would be on upgrade. There's a male belt. Legs, yeah, we need the male legs. That's Primalist male. No Windwolf stuff. I was hoping I had some of those Emerald Dream Greens, but not so much. I suppose a Primalist. Do I have a male chest piece? Yeah. It's 385. It'll be better than nothing for now. We're trying to get my hunter's item level up so that she can sit in a nice, juicy, long DPS LFR queue and see how we feel about doing damage in the raid, which we'll find out. Sounded like my phone. Oh, it's a tablet. I don't know what it wants. Probably nothing. Valyria, that's her name. This character does not have very much gold anymore. This was my bank alt back before I kind of gave up on using a bank alt, but she's broke, so she can't afford the auction as listing fees. Did I want to finish the thought about the wrong sub? No, that was the end of it. I thought that they had purchased the wrong sandwich, and then I realized that it was a cute pun about sub, like a Twitch sub, and then I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it thoroughly. This is the end of that story. Ah, yes, my hunter. You can see a little more of her when she also has antlers. Hey, kitty, how you doing? Has the price not dropped? No, not substantially, or at least not enough for my cheap self. Hi. But that's all right. I know that if I just finish the campaign, and there's not that much of it left, then there will be some pieces and some flight stones available via that anyway, so it's definitely possible. Rep with the Dream Words. Oh, and hallelujah, the Darkmoon Fair's over, so I don't have to worry about whether or not I should go back and get the buff. We can just slam rep items as we have them and then not worry about it. So she has, she has a 336 chest, the 385 will still be on upgrade. And then my Dreambound legs are 415. We're aiming for 424. We're up to 417, so we're coming along. I might be able to dump some flight stones, but I'm nervous. I'm always nervous about dumping flight stones because I hate to spend them on something that I'm going to replace immediately. Flight stones are kind of free, but they're annoying to get on alts. You get a lot of one-time dumps of them from the campaign, but once you've spent those, you're kind of scrabbling. So we're gonna... I'll trade those out, actually. Those greens are better. I didn't remember getting pants, but I did get pants. And then I don't need a ring. I don't need the cape. I don't need that. Clean up the bags a little bit, make it a little easier to get around. We replaced those. Yeah, it's looking okay. I mean, the transmogs can't be spoken for. There we go. That's better. Clean that right up. Smokey, too. Thank you for the 17-month resub. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Trinkets, rings, weapons, neck pieces. I've been prioritizing veteran pieces on these alts because that's like as good a gear as they're likely to get in the first few weeks. So those are pieces that I feel more confident that I'm going to keep. I'm going to head back to the Emerald Dream and just keep chipping away at this for now. How many flight sims do I have actually? 496. It's not nothing. Maybe we'll see what we can do. Oh, I need trinkets too. I have terrible trinkets. Let me see. I don't think anything's going to be cheap, but let me just see if anything's like cheap. I could also buy, I could use my coalescence, but I have 400 coalescence. I'm saving it up for a toy. Let me see. Because I think replacing my trinkets would put me into LFRQ range, and that LFRQ could take a long time, so I would love to sit in that while I'm doing campaign. So if we sort to upgrades only, and then we sort to cheapest, it looks like there's 418. That one's only 2,000 gold. Yeah, well, yeah, okay. Yeah, let's do that. We'll buy a Fang of the Frenzied Nightclaw. Just for the sheer item level of it. I don't love spending 1,000 gold in a green, but I mean, I guess the other ones of those are 8k. Well, it'll do. Listen, we're not gonna go in. We're not gonna roll into this LFR and do any like great deeds. But what we do want to do is roll into it. So that puts me up to 422, and then that one puts me up to 428. There we go. That's what we needed. I forgot I had heirloom trinkets on. Let me delete the old ones. Should I get into the queue and then maybe grab a raid spec? Because all I have is a Mythic Plus spec that I wow-headed. So dungeons, raid finder, and then that's a Mirdrasil. Yeah, 1, 2. Well, now there's a tank called Arms. There was never one when I was looking to do it on a tank. Doing that too fast. Listen, I'm just too good. Because I think, yeah, you can queue for all 3 of them. So we do that, and then we real quick, before we return to nursing our coffee, Wowhead, BM Hunter talents. And then I just need like a raid, like I guess 2 raid builds, like a single target and then an AoE build would be good. And then I'm going to have to learn which ones to use on which fights. So talents, BM Hunter talent builds. So we've got raid single target, copy raid build. I do love this feature. Import. We're going to slam that and then call that run raid single target. And then raid AoE. Blood Frenzy hybrid build. I don't know what that's all about. We're just going to do the single target and AoE ones and not worry about it too much. Import, paste, raid AoE. What do they say about this hybrid build? Nothing? Mythic Plus, AoE, just picks AoE buttons. Alright. Oh, I guess a hybrid build would be good. Here, I'll try I'm assuming it's like hybrid between AoE and single target. I don't know if that's the case. I'll just call it a raid hybrid build because sometimes there are ads, so you want to have like, I don't know, a AoE button, but like the ads die really fast and you want to be crippled for the rest of the fight. We'll grab one of those too. Okay. Do I know how many of them work? Absolutely not. Frack LFR next week? It's a good question. I don't know. Why not a gnome hunter? Because I wanted to make a human hunter. Busy between work, helping build a new home for my sister, brother-in-law, 3 nieces. Oh, that does sound busy. Glad I got a chance to come by, share my Prime sub. I'm glad to have you here. Coffee, good. Coffee's so good. Full AoE for Council, hybrid for Lairdar. What spec am I in right now? Actually, I don't know what wing I'm popping into right now. Molten Incursion. My bosses are in there. Molten Incursion has Volcaros and Lairdar. So Volcaros is pure single target. So let's get into that. Raid single target. I also swear that there's a thing I can do that has to do with one of my weak auras. So here, we're gonna change talents. We're gonna turn off friendly nameplates because I'm not healing, so they don't matter. We're also going to Hazel's UI. Yeah, we'll pop into the tank UI for now. It makes my raid frame ridiculously big, but maybe as a hunter that'll be important. Get a food buff. Oh, I haven't bought a single consumable. I guess it's LFR. Maybe that's to be expected. I've lost all kinds of buttons. I still have counter shot, right? I don't have counter shot. Oh, they really do tank your utility. I have bloodshed. Is there anything that I have in my build that's not in my bar that I need? No. Everything, all the tools I need should be here. So we just have to hope for... Oh yeah, I was gonna put... Is it the pet attack button? No. Oh yeah, maybe I should get into like a... I'll keep my nasty pet out for now. If I look at my pet button... And I put his basic attack on a bar somewhere. Is that what it needs to be? Or maybe it needs to be this one. It's not that I want to use it. It's something to do with making my Beast Cleave weaker at work. Although I may not be spec'd into Beast Cleave currently. So what does Bloodshed do? Damage. Alright. Makes you take more damage. My basic understanding of BM Hunter is try to have 3 Frenzy stacks and then like press your buttons. And that's more or less how I'm gonna roll this. I wish I had bought like consumables. I really jumped into this LFR thing, but it's LFR. It's okay. We'll try harder next week. We're not gonna be competing on the meters today. I might need to stretch this window out if I want to find myself. Hi, Hazel Floyd here now. Also, hi, Kira. A 4 stack, but. They changed it. My weaker only goes up to 3. Either they changed it or I'm just living in an alternate reality where I remember it only stacking to 3. Mine certainly seems to be only concerned about 3. That was a quick cue. That's it, pretty much. Do DPS, not die. I feel like the not dying is optional. Oh, I let it fall off. Whoops, it easy dude. Maybe this one. Whole day fiddling with weak cores. Nice. That's always fun. Maybe reset the boss. Yeah, they're gonna be in for a bad time if they ask me to do that. It's just not gonna go very well. Something, shoot the boss and then like feign death, but you know, timing is a gift given to not me. It's what they all say. Somebody has that cross-stitched. Timing is a gift and Hazel doesn't have it. I have stacks of, Sentinel Owl, which makes me think it's a button I should press sometimes. When it's active, the party gains leech. Every 1 second of Sentinel Owl up to a maximum of 12 seconds. See, 12 stacks is the cap, and it can only be summoned when it lasts at least 5 seconds. Okay, so it's like a raid-wide leech cooldown is basically like a defensive for raid damage. It's like if I wanted to pop like a Zephyr Rallying Cry, except it's a little bit more reactive than proactive. I'm guessing. I have taken some pain. I'm going to hit the turtle. This trash hurts everybody. This is not just a me thing. Lots of people died of this trash. If it happens again, we've got our bear button, our fortitude of the bear. Would like to beat whoever has that cross stitch. We had our mage reset one time, and they did a perfect job, and it was really cool. It's beautiful. But for the most part, we just kind of pull bosses. We don't really bother too much with trying to reset cooldowns or anything. Oh, I like that. I like being able to disengage across the gap. That's kind of fun. So I remember now, it's kind of coming back to me. When I was a DPS, or at least when I was off-speccing as DPS I don't know, I have some vague memory of being a Shadow Priest in the first raid, Vault of the Incarnates on Senarth. I must have been doing it as an alt. And I remember being really excited that I could change my talent build mid-raid without having to go back to town, but being really annoyed that I felt like I needed to change my talent build mid-raid, not just between bosses, but between trash and bosses. Like, I really wanted to get into my AoE specs so that I could do damage on trash, but then I would need to get right out of it because, one build had Shadow Crash and the other build did not. And it felt so goofy to be fighting trash mobs like one at a time when they're in a big group like this. Do you play Worgens at all? No, not really. Ghost pepper is spicy. I am happy for Worgens, I think. I think we're happy about the Gilneas thing. I like to misdirect someone outside the boss arena instead of fading. Oh, clever. That would do it. I have misdirected my bar, but I don't have it set up with a macro or anything like I usually do. I usually at least try to put it on a mouse over. I don't have that set up right now. I'm gonna do this fight with my tenacity pet just to. I feel like I want the extra health. Oh, we're going. We've begun. Okay. We're gonna press a variety of buttons.
Watch your step.
I should have my Sentinel Owl leech thing yet for that big AoE that comes after the double soak. I suppose I'm going right. I might need a new weak core that counts up to 4.
Watch your step.
What was wrong with 3? 3 was fine. Oh dear. And that one.
Watch your step.
Oh, I forgot to put. I'm hoping some other hunter did. I forgot to put Mark of the Hunter, Mark of the Hunter's Mark.
Help so.
Because that makes them take more damage at 80% or above, and I remember to put it up at 61%, which is not helpful to anybody. So now there's gonna be a big raid damage. So now I'm gonna use my owl, and now we all have like some extra leech. I'm also gonna use my bear button. Try not
Watch
to
your
stand in
step.
that. I would love to not be on top of that. There we go. Oh my goodness. We're gonna
Watch your
accelerate. I'm in that early phase of a new DPS alt where you're spending your entire life staring at your
Watch your
bars
step.
and not looking at anything else. Or if you are, it's like very much in peripheral vision. Okay, I have the Lots of Kira and Moose's button back in 10 seconds.
Watch
At
your
least a
step.
Wrath back up again. I've disengaged in the incorrect direction, but that's okay. Lots of Kiras and Moose's.
Watch your step.
Bloodshed.
Help so.
Maybe I should stack Bloodshed with Bestial Wrath. That would be crazy. And then there we go. We're gonna get 7 seconds of Sentinel Hour. Maybe it's only for people in this little circle, but I'll take it.
Watch your step. Watch your feet. Watch your step. Target you. Watch your step.
And we lived! I'm number 11. I did 59.8k, which I'm not upset with at all. And because we wear nothing, we roll on everything that we could possibly roll on. Oh, I rolled a 99 on the helmet. It's not tier, but it's something. Yeah, Splinter Ketchup Spark. 95 on the belt. Oh man, that's some beginner's luck. Oh man. And 2 pieces of Mog. Alright, we immediately equip. That puts me to 429. That puts me to 431. We're happy. It's 9:19 a.m. too early to eat potato chips. This is a query that each of us must answer inside of our own hearts for our own lives. No. I made a lava cake yesterday while I was simultaneously setting up to do keys and also wrapping my Christmas gifts. And then by the time I like finished the lava cake, I was like starting a Waycrest 20. And then by the time I finished the Waycrest 20, the lava cake was like kind of cold. And I like ate half of it anyways, but then I started worrying that I put too much espresso in it because there wasn't any in the recipe, but I thought that it was a good idea. And I just, and then I was like, well, what if this keeps me up really late? So then I didn't finish it, but then my friends were like, listen, just, you know, eat it in the morning. And I was like, it's not a bad idea, but then I didn't even do that. Maybe after stream. There's always time. You're an adult, you do what you want. It's a blessing and a curse. I was having a crisis where I was like, I want to bake something, but I don't know what I want to bake, and I also don't want to bake anything, but I want to bake something. And my partner got a list of all the things that I could bake out of me, and then put them on like an internet wheel, and then rolled. And that's how we landed on the lava cake. There was I had some thought of like, well, I didn't put the butter out to soften so that I could make cookies. But you know what you make with cold butter? Pastry. What if I made an entire pie? It's like 7:45 and I'm like stuck to my couch just making poor choices. I'm glad that it didn't turn up the pie because I think I would have run out of energy and also been called to do keys approximately 22 minutes into the pie. It's for the best. Should I try the hybrid build for Larida? There's ads. They might want me to like multi-shot or something. Had the same issue, made brownie pretty bad. What's up? Oh, I was thinking that with my lava cake, it's a bit, not bitter, but like, it's a very rich chocolate flavor that's not super sweet. And I was thinking that if you served it to fancy people, oh, we're just fighting. Okay, never mind, no talent build changes. No stopping, only going. I kind of want to line up my cooldowns. Is that realistic? Not really. Let's just send it. We'll use Death Chakram anyway. That'll be something. Here, look, I tabbed to a different target. I'm helping. This is fun, kind of like a relaxing way. Because it's LFR, so it doesn't wildly matter what I'm doing. And that's kind of what I need right now. There's gonna be a charge, a little bit of raid damage, not really much raid damage. Oh, did the thorns? Oh, the roots are back there. I'm helping. Definitely gotta kill the roots. Very important. Give the healers enough time on them.
Help soak.
There's no soaks. DBM's just overachieving. I was really surprised that an LFRQ popped this fast for DPS. I thought DPS would have to wait for like a half an hour. I think Solo Shuffle has colored my expectations, or maybe I just got really lucky.
Watch your step. Help soak. Find shield.
Oh, I forgot the Hunter's Mark again. Also, how did I throw the Sentinel Owl all the way over there? Am I aiming it by accident with my cursor? I've never used this button before, so I thought it would just kind of go on me. I'm starting to think that might not be the case. Okay, let's hit some trends.
Interrupt 1. Help soak.
I would interrupt, but apparently my raid spec doesn't have a kick. Oh dear. Or at least my single target raid spec. I guess it doesn't need one. It's funny that it's like needs to be reclaimed though. Like that talent point is needed somewhere else. And look for roots. Smoldering roots, there. And we're on 'em. Look at me, I've swapped targets. I'm a model DPS. Oh, I'm up to number 10 this time. I was number 11 last time, so clearly all this gear is making a difference.
Watch your step. Help soak.
Call forth a sentinel owl to the target location within 40 yards. Your party gains 5%
Find
leech. So
shield.
the leech seems to be... Oh, I hope we have a... Okay, good. It seems to be not related to the area of effect.
Interrupt 1.
And there's the transition. That's kind of fun. I miss drinking coffee, though. I have to use both hands for this. It's outrageous. I don't have a lust pet.
Phase 2.
Oh, somebody did it. I was like looking in the comp for like some other hunter must have a lust pet. I was looking in the comp for like a shaman or a mage or an evoker. There is an evoker. I feel like normally shamans or mages do it because they're used to it. I guess I'm the only. No, there's one other hunter. They must have done it. Because I'm out here using my
Run out.
my Bruffalon.
Help soak.
The boss almost dead.
Watch your step. Help soak.
Alright, you guys are soaking. I'm getting out of there. That's a single person soak. Oh, oopsies. I'll fix it. That's what acceleration's for. There we go. I got 280 gold just for doing it. That's not for me, not for me, not for me. Transmog Grill, not for me. Cool. Maybe Sunday morning is just all the time for tanks and healers. Did you get Frenzy Tracker? Last season, I'm surprised it's not broken. I kind of figured it would be. It's also not it's also not what am I trying to say? It doesn't count up to 4. You heard it here first. LFR requires 2 hands. It's a real problem. Oh man, we made it up to rank 9. We improved actually, because we started at like what 50 something DPS, and now we're up to 63. Let's look up real quick what kind of things Wowhead wants me to shop for. Let me see. Consumables, because we didn't use any of those. File, what are we saying? Best files. Tepid Versa for all situations. So fine. Let's buy a stack of those. Call that good. That'll help. Let's get 20 of those. Combat potions. I'll come back to that. I have some regular healing potions because I was too cheap to buy Dreamwalkers. Weapon buff is completely safe rockets. Let's get those safe rockets. That's what you use instead of like a rune. 42 gold each. Okay, less than an hour. Fine. Fine. Stack of 20 of those. And then I usually carry around some deviled eggs on these characters just so they don't have to worry about just so that they have some if they want to just get their own food buff. And then alright, so what's my cheapest possible potion? Because like I said, we're really cheap, but I should use a combat potion. This is why I normally, well, not all, the only reason why I heal, but I like healing because I can usually get away with being pretty cheap on potions because you want to just keep like a mana pot or maybe an invis pot available. So while some people I'm sure go for popping DPS pots as healers, those people are looser with their money than me. Okay. We at least got some files. There's files, there's rockets, that'll help. And there's some eggs. That's something. I haven't enchanted any of this. Oh no, that's not true actually. I bought 2 ring enchants and I got a weapon enchant. It's a non-nothing amount of enchants. Let's hide our transmog. Hardly ever potted in Mythic. No way I pot in LFR unless I'm really flexing. I mean, the only reason to play DPS is to flex. From my limited point of view. So this is going to be the single... Yeah, we'll just stick in the single target build. It'll be fine. Can I put any upgrades into like a veteran belt? It's Versa Mastery. I don't know if I want to upgrade a thing that has versatility on it. But I do feel I should be using my, I do feel that I should be making use of my flight stones and stuff. I don't know why I'm being so stingy with my upgrades. Flexing an LFR is odd. Well, why do you do LFR? Don't tell me charity. I mean, you can tell me whatever you want, but I won't believe you. But this will be a little bit better. I feel like the point of playing a DPS is to find out how much DPS you can do with it, so consumables are to some extent a part of that. Being cheap comes into it too, but that's why you look for cheap consumables. Anything's better than no consumables, you know. Even the cheapest potion is going to do more than not using a potion at all. Bit of an adventure. To LFR for God and country. And to LFR for coffee and flight stones. I think that even though my tracker isn't tracking up to 4, it kind of doesn't matter because as long as I like don't let the 3 stack fall off, it's gonna get to 4. It's just a question of how quickly I get up to 4. I think it's gonna do fine for me for now. I got coffee. I got some morning coffee. Yeah, runes are the one thing that I'm generally too cheap to do. I don't even do runes on my main. I'm pretty sure we killed Heroic Farak and not a single person had I mean, I guess I could check the log. Maybe somebody had runes. Certainly wasn't me. Well, will I actually? I'm done with, I'm ahead of the curve. What do I need to spend 100k on for an augment rune now? If anything, the time would have been like 2 weeks ago. And then it could have helped me with progression, but clearly we didn't need it. Cause like, I'm not quite renown 18 yet, cause I haven't been super grinding it. Flabby might have. Yeah, maybe. I'd have to ask. Yeah, I don't know. For sure it's 4. I don't see anything but 4 in Wowhead. My Thrill of the Hunt certainly seems to be stacked up to 4. Which I think is probably what we're talking about here. I remember it used to be 3. Or something used to be 3. I only want 1 for keys. Yeah, actually that's a good point. If we're gonna keep pushing, it sounds like my friends might want to keep pushing keys up to higher keys, but they might want that for like a weekend and then they just want to do alt keys. And I'm like down to do alt keys, so I don't know. If the rune was account wide, then I would buy it in a heartbeat and then just have it on all my alts. But like having it on only 1 character for 100k is kind of. We did a couple more 20s yesterday, so I only have 120 left. I do not have a portal, 4 portals, mind you. I only need 1 more portal, and that's Darkheart Thicket. And we have failed to time multiple 20 Darkheart Thickets purely because that last boss just gets ya. And by ya, I often mean me. It's not always me, but it's often me. It's just really unforgiving and chaotic. I can kill that boss really easy if the RNG works out in a way that I never need to run into melee to have like my fear circle shared. But if I have to run into melee, like if the other ranged has paranoia and I have to run into melee with my fear circle, I get blown up in melee like 10 times out of 10. I don't know how to watch my feet in melee. I try my best and it's not enough. I was examined and found wanting. So I need that portal still. We'll get it, but we might not get it on a tyrannical week.
AOE incoming. Shockwave.
Oh, there are AoE things in this fight. I forgot about the lashers.
AOE
They always died
incoming.
so fast. I mean, I guess I don't really pay much attention to ads because I usually heal, but they always died so fast. Mm.
Watch your feet. Shockwave.
Okay, so I remember to put up Hunter's Mark this time. The downside is that I remembered to do it at 75%, which is fully after its realm of effectiveness. There are other hunters around, so maybe one of them remembered. But this is an area that I need to improve on.
Shockwave.
Oops.
AOE incoming.
I actually don't hate having the huge frame on a DPS because it's nice to keep an eye on my health when I'm not healing. When I am healing, I keep an eye on my health via the raid frames. But when the raid frames are really small, it lets me keep track of whether or not I'm going to get myself killed. And then also, it basically serves as a big focus bar for me too, so I don't need to have focus bar weak aura. So I sometimes like to just get to the really far back ones. I let my stacks drop, that's okay. Just so that the thing can fall apart. Alright, so now we've got burn. Holding cooldowns is not a concept that I've ever done well at. Kind of forgot there was a burn phase here. Did I even use my file? I bought all that stuff. I don't think I used any of it. I'll use it for the next fight.
AOE incoming.
Whoops. Aww. I was trying to do a sneaky mid-fight tepid versatility file drink.
AOE incoming.
Oh, I've crawled my way up to 7. Mind you, it's a different group of people, but
Shockwave.
89 is higher than I was sitting at before.
AOE incoming.
You can't worry too much about comparing yourself to other people. You just gotta compare yourself to where you were last time.
Bomonu. Shockwave. Watch your feet. AOE incoming. Watch your feet.
Yeah, that'll work. Oh, that's loot that I don't need. But we can take a second and we can put on... Oh, I still have a food buff because I picked up a feast in the earlier run. So we've got that. We can pop a file. Throw some completely safe rockets on the thing. There we go. It's like some of the damage that we needed. I have not updated my DBM voice pack recently. Trying to learn Dispriest, my brain just can't. You can mark the boss before it's pulled. Ah, it's true. You can do all kinds of things in life. You're the biggest WoW moves I've ever seen in my life. I kind of love how enormous it is. It's so big that on the character select screen, the antlers completely obscure the head and shoulders of my character. You cannot see her face because her moose is in the way. It's kind of incredible. I haven't named him yet. I named the cat and the dog pet after my real life pets, but I don't actually have a real life pet moose. My dog is named Moose, and therefore my Bakar is named Moose. The moose or pet or the Bruffalon is currently still named Stag, which is just just appalling. Mm. 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 Yeah, I know the logic dictates that it should be named Dog, or people have suggested Doggo.
Watch your step.
It's just not. I'm just not feeling it. It's not speaking to me.
Spear.
Oh, speaking of insane ideas, hang on, I've gone the wrong way. I need to come over here.
Target you.
Jumping all over the place.
Watch your step.
I'll come back to the insane idea after a gear, maybe. Which one do they want? This one? I also like doing Elefarin characters that I'm not ready to do normal on yet, because it gives you some raid vaults options, which is helpful if you're trying to work up to tier. It's so tragic. Don't get me wrong, I almost did this like 10 seconds ago, but the trying to leave, and then just getting knocked onto your butt was so funny. All right, I'm gonna take this out of the raid. Like, it's a totally logical response too. Like, if you're not familiar with the mechanic, of course you want to take the big ring away from people. Like, that's a good instinct. It's just oh dear me.
Special coming. Watch your step. Spear. Target you. Watch your step.
It seems like it's actually not too hard to keep your stacks up once you're max leveled with all of the procs. It's not like, if you stop paying attention, you could drop them pretty easily, but if you have like a half an eye on a weak aura, it's not too bad. Oh. I'm number 4, but I'm doing less damage than I did in a Gnarlroot. I guess Gnarlroot has a damage amp. I like that there's a rogue named Schmoopsy. I get a kick out of Elefar names sometimes. Or just like names that you see out and about, out in the world. I giggled at Pickle Wizard for like 5 minutes
Spear.
before I did my keys last night because they were summoning people outside of one of the dungeons.
Target you. Watch your step.
Oh, I dropped my stacks. I just gave a big speech about how easy it was. Whoops. I imagine we're going to do this before the actual Heartstopper mechanic kicks in. I don't know about you guys, but we never do Heartstopper. We always do the other two first, and then we always kill it before the third one. There we go. So there is a Trinket, which we roll for. There's a Transmog. Oh, I rolled a 92 for the Trinket. That might not be enough to win it on LFR. LFR is pretty competitive, but that's not... oh, yes, we rolled a 98. I was going to say, it's a pretty good roll. What do you buy with Conquest first in a season? It's an excellent question. I had too much anxiety over it, so I just didn't play yet. I'm trying to procrastinate until it's not a concern because I genuinely don't know. Rolled 100 on a Trinket from Smolderon. Holy moly. I saw somebody lose on a 100 roll once because somebody else also rolled 100, and then there's like a hidden tiebreaker roll that they lost, and they were not happy. Alright, so Smolderon is single target, which is the spec that I've been in this whole time, so that's good. That'll be fun. Oh yeah, my insane idea. I was thinking about offices because I had watched like an episode of TV where somebody had their office decorated. And I really didn't like the way they did theirs, but you know, it's not mine, so it's not my place to say. Also, it was like 10 years ago. I'm sure the building's like underground by now. It's covered in dust. It's an archaeological dig site. 2011 was a long time ago. And I was thinking, well, am I bored with my office? I've had the same, you know, plushies and LEDs and like canvases for a long time. What would I do if I was going to redo it? And then my first thought of like the modern like streamer office, which is some form of like, I don't know, brick or wood panel wallpaper on one wall as an accent wall, and then like, I don't know, a neon sign and a bunch of plants that I guess get light somewhere else because they don't get light in that room. And I thought, well, I mean, I like that look a lot, but it's not very original, and it kind of runs the risk of looking kind of dated. What would I do if I could do anything and I had like unlimited resources and I could pull in experts who are really good at whatever crazy idea I had? And then I thought, what if your office background looked like the forest? You had like a boulder, you've got a pine tree, you've got a waterfall, you've got little lights that are positioned to make it look like those little pinhole lights that stream through trees when it's like just sun coming out after a rainstorm in the forest. You've got moss, you know, you've got like birds. I want to look like I'm outside. That's the crazy idea. I would like that. I was just talking about how much I like fake rocks. Get a whole bunch of them.
4,
It would be hideous to dust. It would be terribly impractical.
1.
See if I can survive this. Smolderon is one that I found occasionally requires
Special coming.
some determination stacks to make it work. But we're on the edge, so that's a good start.
Step.
I forgot to Hunter's Market, but somebody else did it, so that's good. Oh, I need to get in there.
Coming.
I need to get in there. I'm going! Alright, I made it.
Watch your step.
Oh, and then I actually have a chance to do my rotation during this phase because I'm a hunter, so it's kind of okay if
Watch your step.
So let's get our Orbeez. I can do my rotation while moving. Haha. Also, this pattern is less challenging on LFR.
Phase change.
Yeah, rings are out. They're not on me, so I'm getting over to the tank.
Special coming.
I'm gonna sneak my way in there. Use a little bit of a cooldown. Trying to drop my ring thing somewhere and then move.
Watch your step.
And then we sort of bait them in vaguely a reasonable direction.
Target you.
And then I have this thing this time, so I can just hang it back here.
Special
That'll work.
coming. Watch your step. Watch your feet. Phase change. Watch your step.
I got all 5, I got all 5. I always hear my computer fans going when I'm in LFR, but I think it's the only time I'm ever quiet enough to like listen to them. The other time I'm just listening to myself talk. They might be this loud no matter where I am.
Phase change.
Because usually if I'm doing keys or something like that, or even in my normal raid night, I've got my like
Target
noise
you.
canceling headphones on. Well, let's just kind of do
Special
this like
coming.
over here. I'll get in for the second brand of damnation. This is going quite well, I think. I haven't been looking at the health bars, which is probably good. I can't do anything about them anyway.
Watch your step.
My brand of damnation will come up in basically exactly 2 minutes, so I can use my
Special
bear button
coming.
again. Increase my max health a little bit. And then I always exil health stone just to kind of help the
Watch
healers
your
pick that up,
step.
because that's just a really stressful healing spot. There's the lava geysers. Yeah, I like doing this. This is good.
Phase change.
I'm helping.
Watch your step.
Oh, I'm number 2! Maybe I would be number 1 if I had combat potions. No, I'm pretty far behind.
Phase change.
There we go, we did it. Don't need that. Or that. Or that. Or that. Or that. But we got another cue to pop. Arthur, thanks for the bits. 100k DPS, you're sick. We did do 100k, didn't we? I'm happy with that. Kill command, bracket stag. Poor stag. Green screen in the background. What if the streaming office is in the forest? There you go. Yeah, chroma keying stuff live is not the picnic it looks like. Get a weak core that reminds you to Hunter's Mark? Yes, I know you could do lots of things. Wall high thin fish tank aquarium, do a terrarium inside. People are really on the pro terrarium kick. LFR, my tank tends to want to take him in the center. Yeah, BM's fun. I like it. L to match Kira. Alright, what do we fight here? We fight Council, and then we fight Nimue. Council's not really... Like, you can kind of sort of double target cleave, but, like... I suppose I should probably get into an AoE spec for Council. I don't know, I could just spend the whole day in my single target spec. Am I getting lots of flight stones for this? Yeah, some. A non-zero amount. I'm just trying to decide if I want to get into a beast cleave spec for potentially 2 target cleave if like the tank ad is stacked or the tank boss is stacked on the other one, or if I wanted to sit in single target. That's what I'm thinking about. Haha, I disengage. Nimue LFR, people don't know how to do it. I've found that in a variety of places it's hard to get enough range to stand in all the flowers. And I think in LFR, people just don't necessarily... And I think they will as time goes on. Like, it just takes a while for the general, wider spread community to learn the fight sometimes. But people will instinctively not stand in things. And the flowers, I don't think, make it wildly obvious that you should stand in them. So people will people will avoid them on purpose. I did an LFR on my priest once where I gripped a DPS into a flower to help squish it with me, and they moved right back out of it. They probably thought I was trying to get them killed. Best use for flight stones and whelp stones? Upgrading your gear. Upgrading your gear. Which piece is kind of a guessing game. They've got a bunch of failsafes in place that make it so that there's not like a super wrong answer. Like with your crests anyways. Like if you upgrade a piece with crests and then you replace it, you won't need the crest to do that same item level upgrade the next time. So you can spend your crests fairly safely, but if you're concerned about flight stones, I try to invest flight stones in pieces that I know I'm going to keep first, or that I think I'm likely to keep for a longer period of time first. So for me, that usually means my higher item level or higher band pieces. You can certainly dump flight stones into explore and adventure stuff, and you'll get it juiced right up. But I try to prioritize veteran pieces first on an alt like this, so that I'm not spending flight stones on something that I'm going to immediately find a better one of, and then have to spend the stones all over again. Wonder how people with second last boss do dragon riding. Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what that fight looks like in LFR as well. Tanks not knowing the ads cannot move over the lines. Yeah, that'll wipe it too, for sure. Remember when everyone learned Legion killed Jaden in Raid Finder? Me neither. I had a big block of time yesterday, and I was like, this is perfect. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to do this thing that I've been avoiding, and I made the time for it and I got everything set up, and then I read a bunch of dinosaur facts instead. And then I was very upset that I had done that. And now we're here. What a story. I'm just gonna do this in the spec that I'm in because I can't be bothered to change. It was a story, it was a news article about an archaeological find in Alberta of a juvenile tyrannosaur of some description that had remains of another dinosaur, like a bird-style paleontologist. I'm not a paleontologist. Bird-style dinosaur, legs in its stomach, and the scientists were like, did it eat just the legs because those were the delicious part? Was it sharing the leg? Like, was it sharing the carcass with other young tyrannosaurs, and this one got to eat the legs? It had 2 different legs from 2 different bird-style dinosaurs at different stages of digestion. So it ate one of them earlier and then the other one. And I'm going to just hit anything. But it was a very exciting find because those smaller bird-style dinosaurs are generally too small to find fossilized, I guess, or like they haven't found. It was the most intact fossil of that particular dinosaur that they had seen yet that was like inside of the stomach of this other one. So let's go 1, 2, 3, and then it's not time for the thing yet. I don't think he's gonna get mad in time, so I'm just gonna unduck here. There'll be another wave of them. Oh, these share health on LFR. It doesn't matter which one I'm hitting. I'm just gonna hit any of them. I forgot they share health in LFR. So there's the Blind Rage, and there's the new Polymorph Bomb, which is on all kinds of people. Are those all Polymorph Bombs? Holy moly. Somebody will do it. But I like thinking about dinosaurs. I think lots of people do. I think that's why so many people went to go see Jurassic Park.
Bomb on you. Target you. Watch your feet. Pushback incoming.
How often do you think about the Roman Empire? Pretty much never.
AOE incoming.
Oh, I haven't been getting in these charges. I should be helping. There we go. Need some food. Happy Sunday, cute outfit today. Oh, thank you. Counting for all dinosaurs, blue whale is still the largest animal to ever exist. It's so cool. I love whales. I would love to see them without bothering them. Like, I don't want to go whale watching because I don't want to annoy them with a boat. And I don't want to be on the boat that's annoying them. And I've seen orca whales just from the shore here once in the most magical day ever. And I don't know about blue whales, probably not, but like humpback whales have been spotted from the shores here too. So clearly I need to spend more time at the beach. My options are either to give up on being productive and then just go like live casually at the beach, try to see a whale before I run out of food, or forget the beach, magically transform into a different person that like is much more effective and productive, get really wealthy, buy a house with a beach view, and then you whale watch from behind your desk while you're working. I have not tried swimming with orcas. It does not sound like a good idea. Skull of a plesiosaur has been excavated from cliffs recently. 2 meters long, dates from 150 million years ago. I always have compare on by default when looking at equipment. I don't know. I usually look at it with an alt thing. So there's a friendship badge that we of course roll for. There is legs that we roll for. I rolled a 79 on that. I rolled a 95 on the legs. That's a decent roll. Cleats, yeah, we roll for those too. And then that's a transmog roll. What do we roll for the cleats? A 3! We couldn't have good rolls all day, I suppose. Oh, of course somebody rolls a 99 on the badge. It's pretty good. Items like that usually go to somebody rolling something really high like that. What do you mean my 3's not winning? Oh, somebody rolled a 1! Oh, and then we've got Nimue too. Am I going to win the sarong? These are nice because they're catalyzable. So if I can get... do we get our 4th catalyst charge soon? Ho 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 ho. I'm actually getting loot. Also, I'm styling. Imagine winning a loot roll with a 3. I've won transmog rolls before. Sometimes just nobody else rolls on something if you're really lucky. Finished the winter belt a lot quicker than I expected. Yeah, that was a cute one that actually didn't take too crazy long. I enjoyed it. I like that a lot. So we're up to 433.4 then. Because I forget how many catalyst charges we're up to. I have 0 pieces of tier, but I have a variety of catalyzable loot now. I usually just kind of hope on alts that I get a piece of tier in their vault. Because I'm not really playing these alts up to like Keystone Master level, so that piece is a bit out of reach to me. Unless I decide to stretch further. You know what goes with winter belt? Potato chips. I think your heart wants what it wants. 3 next week, so 2 currently? Oh, okay. Alright. So if I get a piece of tier in my vault this week, then I can catalyze to 4 piece. Assuming that I have the right base pieces to do that. That'll be kind of nice on other alts that I gear up later in the season, just being able to just kind of like get some stuff and then just like catalyze a 4 piece really quickly. Hunting for tier is kind of fun, but having tier is more fun. Especially when you're only going to play a character for a couple weeks, it's nice to play with your set bonus. Alright, I'm moving to the right, and I'm going to sit in as many flowers as I can get away with. And look at me go. I used Hunter's Mark. I'm helping.
Watch your step.
You can soak these with multiple people and they soak
Stay
faster.
away from lines.
I always get toasted by these lines because I'm way too busy soaking flowers and not paying attention.
Watch your step. Stay away from lines.
Oh, oops. I think that was okay. There are a lot of flowers. I guess it's just a big raid group size. And it is at time.
Shockwave.
I like this raid. I actually like the last raid a lot too. I've been really enjoying the direction they've gone with their fights. They're not as over. They're not like, for the most part, with the exception of like maybe 1 or 2 of the late fights, they're not stuffed with mechanics. But the mechanics are like kind of cool and they match the theme. I'm just gonna stay here. I'm just gonna wait. Look at my pets living their lives up there. I feel like I've sent them off to camp. Alright, so this is actually a big healing thingy, so I'm just gonna pop one of those. Maybe some of that. Elemental leech.
Watch your step. Stay away from lines.
I think sometimes people won't soak flowers as well because they're a bit afraid to cross the lines. Whereas everyone's going to take an awful lot more damage if you're not soaking flowers. You can absolutely cross lines. You can even cross a few of them if you need to. You just don't want to run across like 19 of them willy-nilly.
Stay away from lines.
Whoop, whoop.
Watch your step.
Wow, there's only 1 flower up. This group is so good. I'm so impressed with this LFR for actually squashing flowers like that. I feel like that never happens.
Shockwave. Shockwave.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm reapplying Hunter's Mark. The Hunter's Mark day is over. The sun is set. It's snack time, you know. Well, that's all the things random. That's not what we're hitting. Of course I need a keybind for that. Don't judge.
Watch your step. Stay away from lines. Watch your step.
And we did it. We did number 4. Tendril bit stuff mechanics. I feel that way about Larodar as well. I like the Larodar mechanics. Here, we'll roll for tier. I like the Larodar mechanics, but it does seem like there's just a lot of them. I rolled a 9. I'm not feeling so good about that. But we did it. We killed all of the available LFR bosses, and it was relatively drama-free. It was completely drama-free. That worked great. Happy with that. Zelda Love, thank you for the 40-month reset. Boop. Yeah, the stag is tenacity and the cat is ferocity. And then I have a cunning pet too, which is my Bakar Moose. Recovered item. Twisted dreaming essence. Oh, I see. Alrighty. Well, here, we fix our transmog. We're up to 433. That only took us to 10:15. Whatever shall we do next? What's that quest for? I'm not gonna worry about it. I did my weekly already. If I look at my vault, I've got 3 raid finder options, 2 mythic 0 options. Not mad at that. Hi Hazel, hello! How you guys doing? Happy Sunday. Most important keybind you have, it should be on spacebar. Leveled a new randomized character after you streamed it the other week. She now has 2 pieces of tier. Main only has previous tier. Sounds like you've got a new patch made. Every boss should be Council of Blood or Nerva. The one that goes down in my head as having just like the most mechanics was Queen Ishara in BFA. That fight just kept going with... It was like 3 fights, one after the other. There was almost nothing repeated between the phases. Or at least it felt that way. There was so much going on. It was a cool fight, but oh man, I was tired. I needed a nap after that one. Oh, is there anything else I should be doing? I could get some cheapo enchants. I need a chest piece. Are there any new world quest items available that I could use? That's a belt. Oh, now there's a trinket. I'm not gonna worry about that. And then there's greaves, which we don't need. Okay. Yeah, you can ask general questions about the game. I might not know them because sometimes I don't, but people in chat often do. Or if we don't know what it is, we will know where to point you to look usually. Old Raids Dungeons for gold mounts and pets. Invincible refuses to drop for me. 2 of my friends got it while running with me. Oh, that is some rough luck. I love running old raids. I'm trying to restrain myself until War Within comes out because I really would like to get... In War Within, you'll be able to learn more transmog that drops for you. Like, if it drops for another armor type than the one you're on, you'll be able to learn that then. And it means that I don't want to run it now. I'm just waiting. And that's a long wait, you know, that's a next expansion thing. That could be a year. Oh, I got some seeds. Am I happy with this? My bags are a little bit messy. I think we can get rid of a few things. Favorite add-ons for your hunter? I have a week or 2 that are a couple seasons old that have been helping out. But just the same add-ons as normal. I've got Plater. I like that. DBM yells at me. That's helpful. You mean you're not dying to run BFA raids for Mog? Not at this moment. Eventually. Oh, here it is. More fragments. Old raids for mounts now, not really Mog. But the Mog's dropping anyways. Not trying to harsh your buzz. I'm a bit jealous that you're enjoying it. I kind of miss doing it. I could do it anyways, but I don't know. I think I'm too crunchy. Crispy. Thoughts in the best class for transmog hunting. I mean, there's different ways of looking at it. Druid is going to be very strong when armor type and weapon usage does not matter anymore, because druids can be very, very fast, especially with like a good speed set. Speed set druids are probably going to become the most efficient way of farming stuff like that. But I've always kind of favored whatever class you're on. I never fuss too much on which one. Even priest, which is horribly slow, I've still done a decent amount of mog farming on. I want to do... What am I wanting to do? It's 20 minutes after 10, so Spruce Crown is done. Yeah, finish up the campaign. How many speed druids should I make? How many speed druids will bring you joy? At what point... Oh, someone's chasing me. At what point are you not having fun anymore is the question. It's a very personal question. General advice for healing LFR raids, forming good habits, druid if it matters. The thing I always tell healers is to give a try to mouse over healing if you haven't already. It means that instead of clicking on people to target them, you just mouse over, like you move your cursor over their raid frame and then press the heal anyways. There are add-ons that can set that up for you, but the way that I do it is I just turn on... in the settings, there's a mouse over cast option. I just turn that on, and that way I don't have to click to change targets to people. And that's the most universally good healer advice that I can possibly give, because it makes you just much more flexible. It makes it much easier to heal different people without like getting stuck on a target or healing the target you didn't mean to be healing. I like it a lot. How do you turn on raid health bars? You mean like over people's heads or on their raid frames? Friendly nameplates is a keybind option that I think is default Control V for over their heads. Which is another thing that I like to heal with too. Those heal frames, they work for most things that aren't Evoker. I used them for Evoker. As well. I did pre-Voker for 2 seasons. Most over the one needing help most. You gotta steer your own cursor. you gotta choose who needs help and then move your cursor over whoever you would like to heal. You're still selecting the target, but it just means that you don't have to click on them. It takes an extra button press out of the equation for every heal that you're pressing. Mouse over toggle. They added it. I think late Shadowlands, like one of the late Shadowlands patches, they added a default one. It is global. I used to use macros too, and macros are still good if you want the mouse over to work for some spells, but not others. The global mouse over will make it apply to all spells on that character, so like your harmful spells and your helpful spells, which does take some getting used to, but I got used to it. That's how I've healed heroic Farak and my 20 keys and everything. I just use the global mouse over heal. Keybinds and not mouse buttons. That's the way I prefer to do it. Some people do like to do it with mouse buttons as well. Click is an add-on that lets you set up your heals in that way so that you're like clicking on the raid frames to heal people. And lots of people like that too. It's just a personal preference thing. I liked using the same keybinds on the keyboard that I always used. I just wanted to kind of steer where they're going by hovering my cursor. I didn't want to actually have to click on the frames. You can, yeah, that's true. You can set individual mouse binds in interface. World Quest List is my World Quest add-on that shows the rewards. World Quest List. I really thought I was going to be sitting in an LFR queue all morning. Don't know what to do with myself now. Fire Swarm Shalewing Slain. Oh, I remember this one. You might want to avert your eyes if you're prone to motion sickness. This is going to kind of suck on the screen for a few minutes. if any of you are tabbed out, we can do soothing Hazel story time about once upon a time there was a slug that loved lettuce, and every day it would get out of its little slug bed and it would write down its little slug goals, and it would say, I want to eat the juiciest and biggest lettuce ever today. And every day it would go to Mr. Morkapork's lettuce patch, and it would pick a nice big juicy leaf of lettuce, and it would chomp away in the middle. Chomp, 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 chomp. And every day Mr. Morkapork would wake up at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon because he'd been gaming the previous night. And he would look at his lettuce, and he would go, slugs. And then Mr. Morkapork decided that it was time to involve the eagles. And he brought out his glove, and the story began getting away from him. But the eagles descended with wizards upon their backs upon the slugs, who were driven underground. And the pressure has formed them into dwarves, who will now never again eat salads. The memories are too hard.
We will suffer your evil no longer. The Turitan will be your doom. We are constant as the
Alright, that's enough of that. Let's see. We got gloves, which we don't need. Flight stones, which we do need. And then we're heading back to the middle. But I think I'm kind of starting to run low on campaign quests. We're actually starting to get through. Farmer Markiplier. Doesn't sound real. I think he made that up. I once had a slug on my lettuce, and I thought, ew, I'm going to relocate you. So I picked up the slug and I threw it elsewhere, and discovered after doing so that unlike some things which people are afraid of because they're slimy but aren't actually that slimy, snakes being a good example, snakes are not slimy at all. Slugs are very slimy, and their slime is extremely sticky and difficult to get off of your hands and very gross. I regretted touching that slug for like weeks afterwards. Not that the slime persisted that long, but I could not get rid of the memory. Tears of the Eye. Dream Warden's right. What is that mount? This one that I'm on right now is the, it's a skin for the Renewed Proto Drake, and it's available for Ahead of the Curve. So if you kill Heroic Farak in the raid, the last boss of the Heroic raid, before the tier is over, then you can get this color of it. New fear unlocked. Yeah, if you're gonna remove slugs, I recommend using tools. Or like a stick or something. They are sticky. Just for this one dragon mount. Just for the Renewed Proto Drake. Moisturizer. I know that snail, something to do with snails is like has been a skincare component previously. Have I contributed to this? No, but I'd like to. There you go. I remember seeing like snail masks when I used to do sheep masks more often. You put on gloves? Yeah, but then your gloves are slimy. Now what are you going to do? Use it every day. Like disposable gloves. Disposable gloves. You're going to throw out gloves every time you need to move a slug? Think of the sea turtles, man. Burn the gloves. I like my stick plan. What am I going to get for doing this? We're Dream Warden's 11 on this character. More supplies. Just remove the top few layers of skin from your hands. I used to have to do that whenever I would touch glue. I used to work with super glue. Work with makes it sound all fancy and official. I used to play with super glue when I was aquascaping, when I was making aquarium things. There were various things that you would like attach together with cyanoacrylate. And anyways, there's all kinds of warnings not to touch it because it will bond with your skin and it will not leave your skin. And I always read those warnings and I tried to be careful, but like I was never careful enough apparently. So after I worked with it every time, I'd always have like 1 or 2 places in my fingers where I just accepted. I didn't try to peel off the glue because that's a good way to peel off your hands, but I decided that the glue is part of me now, and I washed it and cared for it as with the rest of my skin until eventually my skin replaced itself to the point that it shed. I would just have like textured fingerprints for like a week or so every single time. Yeah, super glue, not so moisturized. Kept it become Spider-Man. I have a feeling that I was supposed to use that item. Something to do with fighting the mob for altogether too long. Gives you a hint that maybe there was something else going on. Do they have Elmer's glue in Canada? They do. You ever make yourself a glue glove and then peel it off? I used a lot of glue sticks in my school years, like my early school years, and it came to my attention that they never stuck anything together with particular efficacy. Like, things that you stick on with glue sticks fall off every time. Maybe that's the point. Maybe if it was like a really good glue, then there would be more danger and accidents because children aren't exactly any better with glue than I am. But there's just a lot of poster board becoming unattached and sadly sinking into a heap of its own glitter. Disappointed. I liked the funny colored ones though. Those are cool. Kill Farak on heroic for it. You might need to kill the rest of the raid too. I'm not 100%. You need ahead of the curve. Or you get a quest after Farak or something. Made the same mistake when I did the quest. They gave me the freezy thing on purpose. Yeah, something like that. I need to plant some dream seeds too. Yeah, there's some dirt back that way. I'm really surprised that I've ended up doing this entire campaign over again. That's quite unlike me. I might do this on my other DPS ults too. I don't know if I would do it on a healer. I think on a healer I wouldn't bother, but on a character that's being set up to do DPS anyway, I kind of like questing. But if I do a Rester Druid, then she's just going to have to deal. She's just going to have to suffer in some keys or something to get her gear and flight stones. I finally got capped on crests on my main. I could tell because I finished a key and it gave me some aspect crests and then also some worms crests and then also some whelpling crests, and it had like messages after each one being like, yo, you're capped on the rest of these, so we're just going to give you these ones. So I finally did enough keys to get like completely caught up. I should see if there's anything else that she needs upgrades on, but I might need another week's of crest to do it. Oh, I also got a Sea Star, but I'm not convinced that it's actually... I tried Sea Star for a few keys, and then I tried my champion Smoldering Seedling for a few keys, and I swear, even though Questionably Epic does not have it ranked that highly, and the Wowhead guide does not have it ranked that highly, I swear for Holy Priest, the Smoldering Seedling is so good. I do so much more healing with it. That like it's hard to justify taking it off. I kind of want a heroic one now, but I feel like other people are gonna want that now that I have the normal one. This way. Also, now that I've named the seedling that spawns when the seedling happens, it's hard. Have we tried procking sea star more? Yeah. Oh, 421 boots. There we go. Up from 415. There's the chest piece we need. That's an actual upgrade. That's what we need to do. Oh, we're assisting Gnarl Root. Oh no! I know how this ends. Hi Hazel. Hi Scarlet. How are you doing today? Poor Gnarl Root. Your favorite, not your favorite viewer. I would never pick a favorite viewer. It's like parents picking a favorite child. You can't do that. It's no good. Punching bag of this tier. I like him as a first boss, actually. Some of them go better than others. I found first boss of Aberrus to be a little bit boring. I liked first boss of the Torghasty one where you get to pick the powers. I always thought that was kind of fun for a first boss. Gnarl alright. He's actually got like some mechanics that need looking at. Terragru. Yeah, Terragru was cool. I liked that. I thought that was neat. Parents have a favorite child, they're just not allowed to say it. It's in the secret handbook. Oh. I have a feeling that if I ever, by some weird twist of fate, became a parent, nobody would give me that book. Like, they would just assume that I got it already, and then I wouldn't be authorized to get another secret copy. Like the first boss of Nathria. What was the first boss of Nathria? I don't remember. What if I told you you're already a parent? Yeah, I'm the classic millennial fur parent where I have a dog and a cat, and they're fully my babies, and we're set. Book request denied. Shriekwing. Shriekwing? Shriekwing. Yeah. Yeah, Shriekwing was fine. Shriekwing was alright. It's only been 19 years of bosses. Ultimate millennial parent like me. 25 plants, 2 cats and a dog, no kids. Oh man. I can't the rental rules cap me at two mammal pets. I might be competing in the plant. Not competing. I might be your plant kindred though. We might still have somewhere in the range of 20-ish. I need to move one back over here, actually. I actually watered a few of them that I said I was going to, but then I left them by the kitchen sink, and I've been slowly migrating them back by, like, looking at them and then thinking one day I'm going to move that. Or sometimes I'll move something in steps. I'll be like, I need to take this from the kitchen to my bedroom. And there's, like, multiple stopping posts. Mind you, it would take 8 seconds to walk from the kitchen to my bedroom, but, like, instead, I'll be, like, in the middle of something else. So I'll pick it up from the kitchen, and I'll put it on, like, a table that's, like, you know, 5 feet in the right direction. And then next time I'll pick it up from that table and I'll move it to like a desk that's like another 8 feet in the right direction or whatever. And then eventually I'm like, okay, I can reach this from my bed without getting up. This is a logical way to move things. This is why I can't have a big house. I would never be able to find anything. Yeah, I don't think a big house would be the right choice for me even if I could afford one. Hey Hazel, hello. How you doing? I've been learning to appreciate a smaller amount of plants that I really like. My usual plant process is to have a lot of plants, and then over time of like keeping them and seeing how they grow and how they like the conditions that I can provide for them, eventually like narrowing it down to the ones that are like working out good for me, and then just lavishing my attention on those. And by that I mean just like enjoying them. I don't usually do too much to the plants. It's kind of like a key thing of a plant that's going to work for me is a plant that does not need much from me. Surprising amount of them thrive when you just ignore them. But I found that which plants do really well like that has varied based on where I'm living and what kind of light it gets. So I imagine it'll be a different set in the next place too. You just kind of get lots of little things of lots of things. That's the other trick to me is that I can't buy expensive plants. I buy little itty bitty plants for like $5 or less each. Or I find them just like out in the world. People give away houseplants for free on like the side of the road here sometimes. Why are you writing Frank? Because I killed him. I did it. It was me. I confess. And you know what? I'm not sorry. Problem of going to the nursery, going to the rescue us section. They know exactly what they're doing when they put that kind of messaging up. Or like, dying plants need love too. They know what they're doing. They are aiming for me with that. And it works. It works every time. Lighting fire with fire. Northern turrets. Oh, that way. Okay. That moose is a moose and not a Bakar. I also have a Bakar named Moose, but then I have an actual moose that's named Nothing. That's about where we're at right now. Any thought on what plants to grow in your garden next year? I'm really conflicted about it because I don't know whether or not I'm going to move. If I'm going to move, then I'm going to try to not really plant much or do like really small planters that are going to be relatively easy to get rid of or rehome. I don't want to set up like the big one or indeed any other big ones because if I might move, I might not move. And if I do move, I might move to a place that doesn't have very much space that I wouldn't even be able to bring that kind of thing to. It's hard to say. So I'm kind of in that state of uncertainty, not really wanting to plan for much. Taz, for one, thank you for the 11-month threesome. You killed Frank. I did. Good afternoon. I hope you're having a delightful Sunday. I hope you guys have been enjoying holiday cheer and staying warm and cozy. Or cool and cozy if you're someplace warm. I have a friend in Texas who said it was like 80 Fahrenheit yesterday. And that's upsetting. That upsets me personally. Sick, all is good. Oh, I hope you feel better soon. I'm gonna get out today and go see some people, socialize a little bit, visit my nephew. Keys. Oh, Blanchett's still cool down. Had down under Christmas once. Went from 80 to like 45 yesterday where I am in Texas. That's a huge swing. Small lemon cheesecakes in my fridge. Anyone want one? I would. Can we have some tea too? I would come over for tea. I like tea parties. Tea parties were like a thing when I was a teenager with me and my friends. We would like make time and invite each other over and then like serve tea in like weird kooky ceramics and then like have some like bake something or like have some baked goods or something. It was like a social event. It was not fancy. It was very casual, but like for some reason we thought that was just the cutest thing to do at that age. Let me send one to Canada real quick. Almost got up to 11 Celsius today. Balmy. Do you still drink tea as much as you used to? I don't remember how much tea I used to drink. I still drink quite a lot of tea. More of it is herbal than it used to be because I'm getting my caffeine mostly from coffee. I'll have a black tea now and then, but not every day like I used to. But then the greens and the herbals, I'll still go pretty hard on those. Crazy weather here in Florida too. With these your stuffed animal friends. No, I had a friend or two in high school. I didn't have any friends in elementary school, but that's the fault of the the universe, the cosmos did that, not me. It's not that I was unlikable or anything. I think I changed schools a couple times as a kid. I didn't have a fair chance. Now, high school friends were nice because we all lived relatively close to each other. One friend I could walk to her house and vice versa. And that was nice because we could just like go visit on the way home from school or something. Coffee sounds like a good idea right now. BRB. I can't believe it's already the 10th. We're only 15 days away from Christmas. 2 weeks. I should make some cookies. I like looking at web pages that have really pretty pictures of Christmas cookies and then being like, I wonder if mine will look like that, knowing full well that mine will not look like that. And that there's a great deal of frustration and shattered expectations standing between me and creating cookies that look that nice. But I like looking at them and pretending. And here's some legs, but we replaced our legs. This is for dewdrops, and there's going to be some shoulders. I wonder if I should try to get into some baby keys on this character. She's 436. That seems like it would be enough, right? She has no tier, but like, it's not like I'm trying to do 20s. It might be kind of interesting just to see what the damage patterns look like in a baby key. She could list hers, or she could just like apply. Actually, that's going to be a good opportunity to find out how hard it is to get into keys. You just apply for a bunch of stuff as like a hunter with no gear, and then just watch as your ego gets crushed. 12s and 13s in a 438 character? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think with a group of people that I knew, I would probably jump into higher keys than that. I just don't have a lot of faith in my ability to get into pugs and then not let them down. Easier to get into keys because of the weekly? Mm. That is a satisfying sound. I have not been able to get my Beast Cleave Weaker to work. Healed a few 10s and 11s and a 427 Holy Paladin. Nice. I never did figure out what my cheapest available combat pots were. I suppose I could just look at my buff bar to find out how much Beast Cleave I have. It's just that it moves a lot. I need to make a macro on my priest, and it's a pretty easy one to do, but I just haven't gotten around to it. That cancels my angel form, because sometimes I'll die and I'll need a battle res, but I'm in angel form, so you can't be res me yet. But that's like the window to battle res. Like if I wait until the angel form ends, sure, I might be healing like without mana or anything like that. But if you know, like if there's only so much time in which it's like safe to res me, and then after that a bunch of stuff happens, and I need to click it off early so that we can get the B res off in time. And it's been happening like a kind of embarrassing amount of times. Yeah, it's been a good week for sure. I've enjoyed the weeks where the affixes were pretty easy a lot more. It seems like they've taken a lot of affixes and made them sort of a non-issue, which is a good philosophy, but it means that any affixes that are still an issue like really stand out like a sore thumb. How have you been enjoying Priest again? It's really fun. I feel very good on it. It feels good to play. It's very satisfying to have just big chunky heals and lots of procs of big chunky heals, and trying to plan out when I want to have that and where I want to use it, and it's been very comfy. I did a 20 fall last night, and the last 2 bosses I felt great about because I had a vague idea of when the damage was going to come out, and I made plans for each of them, and then it worked good. I like making plans that work. It doesn't happen very often with me, so it feels nice. The second boss, however, was Chaos, because I have no plans that will make me not behave with silliness. The circles, the running in circles, just like short circuits my brain. I lose like 100 IQ points, and I only started with 89 whenever I do that fight. Task for One, thanks for giving out some gift subs. Appreciate it very, very much. Struggle on Holy Priest and Keys with lots of AoE damage. I don't mind it if everyone's stacked. It's when there's lots of AoE damage and everyone's spread and moving, that's miserable. So Time Waste is a good example of that. Everybody's in pain, they're all moving, and they're all far from each other. The last 2 bosses, everybody's like much more closely grouped, and you can kind of hit them with Sanctifies. That's better. Not the negative IQ points. Clicking off so many of my buffs before I click off the angel. Yep. Been there. I've clicked off my flask. I've clicked off like my consumables that I spent, you know, hard-earned salt of the earth gold on. It's like, man. Oh dear. But yeah, you should be able to make a macro, or I should be able to make a macro that I haven't gotten around to yet. That's like a cancel aura for whatever the buff is called for Spirit Angel form, and then that should work. I have a cancel aura buff for my levitate. I have a separate button for that so that I can like take off levitate whenever I'm slow falling when I shouldn't be. There's a weapon, which we don't need. 15 flight stones. And now we have the Farak quest. So if they release Farak on LFR soon, then I'll get an Enchanted Worm's Dreaming Crest, and I can use that. I forgot you get one of those at the end of the campaign. I could use that to make a make like an embellish item or something. That's handy. Procrastinating on crafting is paying off. Cool. Okay, so let's hearth out of here, because I'm pretty sure I've done the available campaign. Let's get out of here. And then I'm going to take a short break. And when I come back, I might try and look to see if I can sneak into like a... Maybe I'll put a couple more cheap enchants on it, buy some cheap combat pots, but I might try to sneak into like a baby key. Make a macro for canceling levitate. I put it on the same button that levitate's on, but with a shift modifier, so I can press the button to cast it, and then press the button with shift to cancel it, and that way I can kind of like... Because sometimes I want to toggle it on and off. Yeah. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm gonna go visit my puppy. I like go out there, and he's usually on his back with like his legs wide open and his paws like this, and he'll just kind of like look at you with his ears wide open and not pick up his head, but you can tell he's seen you because his tail starts going thump 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 thump. Puppy. He does this thing now where he'll see a stranger outside, and he'll stare them down with his big puppy eyes and his adorable puppy face until he gets to say hi. He doesn't want them to pet him, but he wants to like sniff their hand and like sniff them and see what's up. And he usually gets to because he's very cute, so people tend to want to say hi. General new patch thoughts? I've been having a lot of fun with it. The new season's been really good. I also like the last season and the season before that, but I just like new seasons because it's like, it feels like the game's alive, you know? All my friends are playing. There's lots of groups up for me to look for and try new things. It's a good excuse to play some alts. Brought one of my puppers to the grocery store, back to pick up her dog food. She goes crazy for car rides. How many times have you gone into a mythic, realized you're in a rating spec? Actually, not this season on my priest, which is a bit surprising. But I've definitely been there before. Sometimes I run out of the key and then change back and then run back into the key. Because, like, you can do that. Like, they just have to wait, you know, like, you just won't be in the key while you're changing specs. You can do it if you zone out. It's just not ideal. Alright, she has no keys. She has 0 Mythic Plus rating. Oh, I was going to look and see if I can afford any, like, cheap potions. Beast Mastery. Oh, and then enchants. Like, just a real basic. So, like, a cloak enchant might be avoidance. What does a graceful avoidance go for? Let's do some shopping. We don't want to spend too much gold because we're wearing pretty basic stuff, but like 185 is fine. Waking stats are usually pretty cheap. That's 127. We can do that. I'm not buying a belt clasp. Absolutely not. Bracer, sure, yeah. Devotion of avoidance might be kind of good. Fine, 300 gold. Just thinking about the other ones. And then Watcher's Loam for feet. Watcher's Loam. Ah! That's not what I meant to do. Well, maybe we should just search for Loam. There we go. 900 gold. Alright, 2-star Watcher's Loam. And then Fierce Armor Kill. Let's take a look at those. Those are kind of expensive, so we can do like a... Oh, but I got Veteran Legs. Fine. It's 2 of my 8k. It's 20% of my gold. 25% of it. And then I did my rings already. And then for potions, Ultimate Power. Let me see what those go for. Ugh, there's no such thing as a cheap Ultimate Power. What about a regular power? Nope, those are expensive too. So yeah, there's not so much any such thing as a cheap potion, so you may as well get the good ones. Or at least like these, but like 80 gold for a pot. You know, a stack of 20 is gonna, well, alright, fine. Give me like, I'm not gonna use them. Unless I do. We'll just get some, and we'll just have them. Just in case we feel like we want to perform. Better than nothing. Are people good about asking you for permission? No. No, not at all. People around here tend to just try to read the dog's body language and then go for it. So I often count myself lucky that my dog is pretty friendly. But if my dog wasn't friendly, then maybe people would be able to tell that ahead of time. But yeah, no, nobody asks. Maybe like 1% out of 10. 1% out of 7. Cloaked, graceful avoidance. Even people with dogs, like, they'll ask their dog if their dog wants to say hi to my dog, and then their dog's like, yeah, okay, and then they'll, like, bring their dog over to mine. It's a thing. You simply must get the 3-star, darling. It's simply marvelous. I bought these potions, and I'm bringing them into dungeons, and it's fantastic. Okay. And then our armor kit for our leggies. Yeah, no, my dog, I mean, he'll bite me, but like, he does like love bites, but only to people that he really likes. So he doesn't bite strangers at all. I'm also trying not to let him love bite, even though it's really cute, because I would prefer if he grew out of that just for general health and safety. But I like that he doesn't mind having my hand in his mouth, because I brush his teeth every night, and I want us to remain comfortable with that. I really get in there too, because I want his teeth to be nice and clean. He has actually reasonable breath at this point in his life, and I'd like to keep it that way. Okie dokie, so I bought my potions. What button would I put them on? Something hard to fat finger like that. Oh, and I was gonna fix my UI. Here, we'll call it, oh, I guess I can just move the pet bar. scoot it a little bit. There we go, so it doesn't overlap with the alt frame. Does he object to baths? Not wildly anymore, no. He objects a little bit to getting like toweled down and having his nails clipped, but he doesn't object in like a like a you can't do it way. He just objects in a mom kind of way. And then you give him a treat and he's like, yeah, okay. Alrighty. I'm gonna look for an anything. What can we get into? So we're looking for DPS and we're looking for not RLP zeros, because I would like it to be a key. We're signing up as DPS. That needs a healer. So let's see, hide incompatible role groups. I mean, I'm a DPS, so shouldn't that mean that there has to be a DPS spot for me? We're looking for 2s to 5s. Perky. Oh, Perky Pugs, I see. I'm not a member of the Discord. There's a fall 2. Anything that doesn't already have like tanks and healers might take a long time to fill, but we'll have to see. I'm used to doing this as like a tank or a healer, so it might take a longer than I'm accustomed to get into something. Yeah, I feel like the 11's not gonna bring me, but I mean, I'll click on it just in case. You never know. Is that a new group? That's a new group. That's a 5. Maybe I'll cancel my application to the 11. We're just wasting our app with that one. Hey, we got into something. There's no tanks yet, but that's okay. I like to jump up onto the top of the tower and then try to fly over. Doesn't like the pause touched? He doesn't mind it so much. He just doesn't love it, I suppose. Like he'll look at you. I give him paw massages at night sometimes, and that he doesn't seem to mind. It's usually just because like we've come in from like the pouring rain and he's covered in mud and he's like, you know, cranky because he has to wait by the door. He's like antsy. He wants to go eat or like romp or something like that because he just got all wet and he's all like worked up and he's a baby. And so he's very wiggly when you're toweling him off. I got my neck piece on this character from the Heroic Emissary, which I was excited about. My main got nothing. My main got a nothing. I am also wiggly when I'm being toweled off. What's my favorite soup? My favorite soup. I'm thinking of foods that are not soup. I like curry, that's not soup. I like to make... I mean, again, blurs the definition between soups and stews. I do a vegetarian chili that's pretty good. Cereal is the best soup. Yeah, you can run the same Mythic 0 4 times for the weekly. You can just do Ruby Life Pool 0 back to back to back to back. That's what I did. That's how I got this done. Do you ever use Arcane Shot? No, you use you would use Cobra Shot instead. Is my understanding. I'm very new to this too. I've been playing this for like 3 days. not counting leveling anyway. Hey, we got it. We got a group. Summon, and then it looks like they're inside. Should I use my tenacity pet? Oh no, they probably want me to lust. I should use my lust pet. Let's dismiss, and then we'll pull out Kira as the main pet so that we have lust. I don't know where anybody likes to lust. I think it's a 2, so I'm sure I could just kind of wing it. I'll ask if there's any. Bosses are a safe bet in lower keys? Yeah. Okay, so I want to make sure I have my rockets on. Oh, for heaven's sake. Rockets. And then we'll take lock cookies. And then we'll use a tepid versa. And then I will eat my eggs. Oh, for heaven's sake. I know I could reload, but it happens sometimes. And I'm in my keys spec of some description. Unwrapping PC water cooling fittings I bought for myself. It's like an early Christmas. If you left it on low key, you're performing above the median, you're good. Did they say anything? They said probably just first and last. Okay. Okie dokie. So yeah, I have food, flask, and a weapon imbue. I'll pull up details just so I can keep an eye on how I'm doing. I don't know what a good number is yet, but I guess I'll find out. This is the second half. Where are my pets?
Watch your step. Crowd control.
So we kick that one.
Watch your step. Watch orb.
So there's the orb.
Control.
You gotta watch out for that. I feel like my spells are very slow. I guess I got used to lust or something.
Watch orb.
Orb's coming out that way. I think keys get easier the more you do them because you will you just have to, you know, you'll just get better at your class so you don't spend as much time staring at your bars.
Interrupt.
Okay. So I know the volley is the really scary cast.
Interrupt. Charging. Move.
And then there's a charge. Oh, I actually sidestepped it. I must have done that. Excuse me. I must have done that subconsciously. I didn't actually see it. I never see the direction those frontals are going. I always look and I can't tell. There's just too much stuff going on up front. Oh, we're doing this pack too. Okay.
Crowd control.
Oh, I don't have a kick. That one got off. That's okay. I will lust on pull, I think. And I'll put up Hunter's Mark too. There we go. I'm trying to bait the thing in this direction, the cone, so that it doesn't cover the middle ideally.
Help soak.
And then trying to get in this. Oh, he's getting blown up. I guess it is a 2. We did it! Boss over! I was getting all excited to go soak orbs. I was gonna help. Oh, the tank is item level 477 and absolutely trucking. They must just be trying to get their weekly done or something.
Watch your step.
Or they're doing community service.
Crowd control. AOE incoming.
Where are the cool weak words from? I googled them like a year ago. I just looked for frenzy trackers and I tried a few until I found one I liked. I don't even think it's properly updated. Oh. But yeah, I usually just Google and then I get something off of Wago. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I'm not very good at this. You have to be not afraid to wait a second sometimes. And you also need to know when to go. And sometimes it doesn't really matter. But yeah, this should be open any minute. Yeah, the battlefield boss is rough on Tyrannical. I really struggled with that this week. We timed both of them this week, I think, but like, I was shocked that we finished that. Also, the trash before the battlefield boss is equally hard on Fortify. That can be really messy. It's gonna be dragons.
Watch your step. Watch your step. Breath incoming. AoE incoming. Watch your step.
Ads give the boss a stacking buff. Oh, on the... Yeah. that's how we've been doing it for that's what we've been doing. That's why we always stack on the edge so that we try not to kill the ads. I don't know if I've done that one with you lately. Maybe that's it. Feels like one of the hardest keys to time in the higher ones. Yeah. I find this one harder than the other half. Although I find Time Waste to be the hardest boss in the whole place. I feel that my first key's going alright. I remembered to press Lust. Happy about that. Now I've decided that I want a true set. I've been in half a key and I'm ready for my 4-piece, please. Where is it? I want to play with it. Give me a new toy. Let's go through the middle. It makes so much sense. It's like a properly geared tank just smashing through this +2. And it's a thing of beauty. It's incredible. My AoE's not so hot yet. We'll work on it. BDK is only 476. The Valley's more geared. Don't think I fully understand this room. Yeah. It's a valid concern. I don't think I really get it all the way either.
Interrupt.
Pally's shield throws like a buzzsaw mowing down mobs. That would be a cool cosmetic switcheroo. You could use it in the Everbloom. Okie dokie.
Watch your
Probably
step.
save some amount of cooldowns for the boss.
Crowd
It is
control.
tyrannical after all. Do I have like a tar trap or something? Oh, I hate that tab target doesn't work in this room. I can't be the only person that gets driven bonkers by that. Oh, I gotta get out of that.
Interrupt.
Okay.
Shockwave. Shockwave.
Let me go back. What is my DPS? It's over here in the bottom left. I did 83.9 on Battlefield. And then I usually check the overall at the end of the fight. It's a pretty dungeon. I guess Tazovish was a really pretty dungeon too. They've made some gorgeous looks. Okay. I like Morchi a lot. I think Morchi's actually a super fun fight. I love the Find the Hat game. It's a miserable fight to heal, but I can get by that because I like checking to see whether or not she has bunny ears.
Shockwave.
Oh, that's a frontal. More cheese.
Breath incoming.
Not there. Not there. Over here. I have a bad habit of opening up,
Shockwave.
especially when I'm playing a class I'm not used to. I end up opening up various aspects of my UI that I have
Watch your
keybound.
step.
My friend always gives me a hard time about having them keybound in the first place. It's like, why do you need to open your achievement window that fast? But then whenever I don't have it keybound, I like get super frustrated whenever I try to open the achievement window. I want the Morchi customizations.
Crowd control.
I do appreciate that they made the hats much bigger, though. It's definitely better than it was. Yeah, if you ever need a palette cleanser from doing 19s and 20s, you get yourself into some 2s to 5s. They're nice. Yeah, I like the ping system a lot. I liked having a keybind for it on when I was tanking. I could point at stuff. I don't know what I'm hoping for specifically from the keys. Because I've done my weekly already. If I do 4 of them, then I'll get a 3rd vault option. Am I doing them for vault? Am I doing them for flightstone? Am I hoping for gear? I guess I could probably look into what decent pieces of gear are for me that I'm looking for and then start targeting them. Or maybe I'm just trying to do score. Maybe I'm just trying to do like the world tour of low keys so I can start getting into higher keys. That might be it. I think it's for score. I'm doing it for score. I've decided. I always run up here and I'm like, oh man, I gotta fight Ozon. And then I'm like, no, wait. I don't. I have to fight trash. Do it for the Mogs. Do I need Mogs from here? I mean, I guess Dawn of the Infinites, you always need Mogs from Dawn of the Infinites. I do get really bummed whenever it gives me an item that's just a new item ID and it was an appearance I already had. I'm really upset that it works that way.
Crowd control.
That has to be a technical thing. There's no way that they wanted that to be the thing.
Breath incoming.
Rise, you can get the dungeon mount. You have the time splitter gun? I do not. Mr. Hunter. Mr. Hunter! I'm not going to correct them. Do I look like a Mr. Hunter to you? Slightly annoyed my elk got my maid's best weapon with speed. With speed! Oh, goodness. Excuse me. My proper title is Madam Hunter. I did craft all the craftable mounts and pets in Zereth Mortis. Alright, once we go, I'm just gonna slam a ram of lust. And then I'm gonna zoom out really far so I can babysit the orbs, because I did volunteer. Alright, so I'm in. So you're out. Please get out. If you're not gonna get out, I will. Oh, for heaven's sake! Okay, well that's it doesn't matter, it's on the thing, but like, come on! Let me do it! Alright, I'm in. So please leave. Please get out. Oh, they're gonna go off. It doesn't matter because of the key level, but that's really frustrating. I just need to take a deep breath and I know for a fact if I get out, they're gonna get out too. Alright, I'm in. Oh my goodness! I need to not care about this. I need to be zen. Everything's fine. Alright, I'm in. I think maybe there's just like a fundamental misunderstanding. So if I'm out... Okay. Alright. That one might actually be fine. Alright. There we go. This one's fine.
Watch your step. Breath incoming.
Orbs? Maybe? No, we're good.
We did it!
Alrighty. I got 68 score. There's a sword mug. Oh, if the healer wants it, I'll let them have it. Alright. Neat. That'll work. What time is it? It's 11:26. We can do one more, I think. No gun. Not this time. Alrighty. What else can we weasel our way into? Because I'm too shy to lift my own key. There's an AD. There's an Everbloom. There's a 5 Everbloom. There's a BRH. North America. Fall is the first half. I should hide keys that have declined me, so I don't like keep applying for them if I've been turned down. Oh, decline from a +2. I'm just gonna tell myself they're not looking for a hunter. Can't possibly have to do with my score. People sometimes armor stack and lower keys if they're boosting a friend. That's true, I am queued for too many instances. Well, I'm queued for, yeah, I'm queued for 5. Am I gonna do any of these side quests? I feel like I'm not. I'm just gonna drop them. I haven't even done them on my main. I've done some of them on my main. What is the group extension? I'm using pre-made group finder. Permission to take a key with you. I'm just applying to random groups. I'm not putting together a group right now. I'm just throwing my. I want the organic, the organic pug experience. Not to say that you can't play. I'm just not hand picking people. We're back up to 5. We're back up to 5. What was my overall anyway? How did I do? Oh, we got into a 5. On our overall, I was top DPS. I did 70.3k. It was mostly Moose doing stomp. Moosey stomp. I'm happy with it. Current segment. Hey. Alright, let's head out to BRH. That was the first portal I got on my me. Any luck? Be able to get fracked and a heroic tonight? Nice. It's a cool fight. And the full group. This will be good for score. Should probably like help summon. Is it here? Am I in the right place? Not quite. Over this way. Gridford, thanks for giving that a gift, son. There's always next week. Although I suppose I could always just not worry about MD just yet. Practice pressing my very important barbed shot and kill command. Everybody more or less here? Did we summon the priest? I meant to. Yeah. This is kind of fun. I love the first like 2 weeks of playing a character. You get so much power. You get so much gear so fast. I'm not checking anybody's item levels because it's none of my business. But I'm hoping that we can just slam this. I still have a half an hour of my food buff left. I'm gonna use that. I have half an hour. This shouldn't take longer than half an hour. I should be fine with the food buff and the other one. Just got in from work. You in keys already? Yeah, I'm pugging into some baby keys in my new hunter. I did all of LFR. I'm up to 436. I actually won a couple pieces out of LFR. No tier, but still some stuff. And I'm diving into keys. I'm fighting for the meters. Two and 4. Okay. You got it. I'm glad I asked. Otherwise, I would have done 1 and 3.
4, 3, 2, 1.
One thing that experienced DPS really figure out that I do not know yet is getting the feel for when to... Oh, we're going right. When to open up on everything. You know, like... when the tank is likely to be done grouping stuff up. And therefore it becomes a good idea to wing it. What do you mean I don't have a pet? No, I need a pet. Do you have to summon your pet at the beginning of every key? I'm gonna have to get used to this. That was not my best pull. Probably because I did not have a pet for all of it. It's okay, we have stuff saved for this one then. Holy moly. Alright. Yikes. Alright, now we're helping. Oh, the tank stops moving. Mm-hmm. $445, $453. Okay. I wonder if you're supposed to kill ads on this fight, or just kind of like... On this difficulty, it might be best just to nuke the boss. Can you nuke the boss? Yeah, seems fine. Am I supposed to kill ads? Oh, they don't have very much health. So I got a couple, but not too many. Hopefully.
AOE incoming.
Dismisses all pets when the countdown begins.
Run
I'm
away.
gonna have to get used to that. How do you get your details to live update? Tried and broke my details? Current segment. I make sure I have it set to current segment. In the little page thing over here instead of like overall or anything else. Aside from that, I don't know. I'm just lucky I haven't broken my own details. Yeah, a reset might be a good idea. Spoilers.
Crowd control. Shockwave.
Ooh. So I have... I'm
Shockwave.
trying to think of what I'm doing to stop Knife Dance. I have Intimidate, which I've already
Control.
used apparently. I could Freezing Trap. That would kick it. That would work. And it's going to be on the Archer. Or the Scout, actually. Kind of forget.
Shockwave. Crowd control.
Yeah, that works. Hate these archers. This trash is really dangerous. Maybe not on a 5, but just in general. I've died plenty in this room. And then I'm gonna save. I'm gonna focus the Scout, and I'm gonna save my Intimidate for Knife Dance.
Crowd control.
Because we learned something. Arcane Blast guy's nasty. Yeah. That too. That too. Maybe when I grow up I'll feel confident to switch targets. You're top 5 DPS in this dungeon. Holy. We're on our way up in the world.
Shockwave.
Let's go there.
Crowd
He's gonna die.
control.
There's like stealth guys, aren't there? Oh no, they pop in, that's right. Double archers.
Shockwave.
I can start thinking about maybe saving a few things for the boss, because we're gonna lust. I popped a potion. One of my cheap ones, mind you, but still. That's something. I'm trying. Oh, I'm still last too. Oh no. I was all excited. I was like looking forward to checking the meters because I'm like, my first combat potion. This is gonna be good. Oh.
Run.
Never mind. Right, isn't having any of you. Mm-mm. Alright, we got the achievement. We're also not in our single target spec. That's definitely why. It's not because it's like my first day. It's just the wrong spec, guys. That's the only reason. Making me want to dust off my paladin. You should do it. I think chat talking about something to do with hunters was what made me want to do this one.
Crowd control. Shockwave. Crowd control. Crowd control. Watch your step.
Yeah, I am the same way, Britt. I agree. Although only having 3 pets is helping me, I think, feel more connected with them in retail, even if I'm not micromanaging them terribly much. Will I survive? Oh, 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 oh. Corners, corners, corners. I'm glad I'm not the only one that gets hit by those. Now that we've killed Heroic Farak, I get to keep saying I've killed Heroic Farak, but, and then juxtapose that with every mistake that I ever make ever. Alright, if you guys could stop. I don't think we're gonna get lost back in time for the last boss. We might. Got 7 minutes left on it. This should be a good one. Where have my pets gone? I'm gonna dismiss and resummon them.
Target you.
I'm also just gonna eat this with a... Oh.
Knocking back.
Don't mind me. I'm gonna soak. I'm gonna just eat the hit and save all my cooldowns except for Beast of Wrath because that comes back. I'm saving Call of the Wild. I know it's only a 2-minute, but at this point I'm just saving it for the next boss. This one's not redeemable. There's no coming back. The only thing we can do is finish it and then pretend it never happened. Knowing who to prio in trash packs. Yeah, that's a tricky one. Healing helps with that, I find. Tanking probably does too, because you can kind of get a feel for which ones are really ruining your life.
Target you. Spread.
Yeah, 3 stacks still hurts, even on a 5.
Knocking back.
As long as I'm not melee, I'm fine. As soon as I'm melee, I'm in danger.
Watch your step. Watch your step. Watch your step. Watch your step. Watch your step.
Yeah, no, 4 minutes left unless there's no way. Should have popped it on the first boss.
Watch your step.
Oh no! Do we have a B? We do have a B-res. Oh, they've got that cool Valkyrie form. Yeah, this is an instance where you really want like the clicking off the angel buff so you can get a B-res before it's time. Because like right now is a super good time to do it. Like nothing really needs doing. But eventually. I'm gonna lose my stacks, aren't I? Oh no, maybe not. Alright. Get in melee so they can cleave the things. officially passed 300 mounts in basically 1 year of playing. That is some speed ran mount collecting.
Watch
Holy
your
smokes.
step. Keep moving.
Other way.
Safe now.
Is peppermint bark the new pumpkin spice? It just might be. There you go. 90 points for that. I'll take it. And then I want to reroll my key because I have a BRH2. May as well get a different one in case I ever decide to run it. Alrighty. Scoot on out of there. What was my overall? Let me take a look. We did Black Rook 5 overall, 81.6k. So it was the lowest DPS, but it was above the tank. It was above the tank. We, maybe next time if I summon pets for the beginning of the run, and then also for the third boss, it'll go a little better. But I'm happy with that. Okie dokie. Holy moly. Test finally dropped. Congratulations. You're free. I am finished for today. And for this week, I appreciate your company very much. Thank you for joining me for some cozy alt streams, guys. I had a lot of fun. I'll be back next week on Wednesday. Appreciate you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.